certification I can do?
Um,
Mm-hmm.
can you can you please repeat?
So any kind of certifications I can do?
With this training, any external certification you are talking about?
No, I already told you, right? So um so while I learning the course, I wanted to do certification.
Yes.
So what kind of certification? So if I finish Python coding, what kind of certification you suggest?
See, for Python, there is no such certification. But
Mm-hmm.
yes, for Power BI certification is there. For SQL also certification is there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I
so
don't. Yeah, I know PL 300. I don't. I'm not asking about it. Whatever I'm learning right now.
uh,
Um. So I wanted to do certification in that one as well. So for Python, you said no certification, right?
Python means Python is a open source language, right? So for open source, there are very rare certifications are there, and if you want to do certification in Python, so there is a institute called Python Institute, which gives you the certification of uh, PCEP, that is Python Certified um, Executive Professionals.
Okay,
Okay, so that you can do from Python Institute only.
Python Institute.
But that is not required for any kind of jobs.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
For any kind of job, nobody will ask you for the Python certification. Although there are 4 5 certifications are there, like PCEP is there for entry level, then PCAP is for associate Python programmer, then PCPP1, PCPP2. These are there, but
Mm-hmm.
in reality, in market, nobody provides. I mean, nobody asks you the certification for Python. Some companies can ask certification in Power BI and SQL, but that is also not very much mandatory. If you know the concept, company will give you job. There is no such big thing in this.
Yeah, I understand, but I from the beginning I didn't do any certification, so I'm looking for parallelly I wanted to do certification, so that's why I asked if it is not if the Python is not much required, the future courses, the upcoming courses are it is also you're going to cover those as well.
See, for the core engineering concept like AWS or Azure, there is another expert is there
Okay.
who is who will guide you for all these concepts. And
Mm-hmm.
yes, for AWS certification is there. For Azure also certification is there.
Yes. Okay.
For
Okay.
AWS certification is offered by Amazon, and for Azure certification is offered by Microsoft.
Okay. Yeah. So, so what is the apart from Python? What is you're going to teach?
I will be teaching Python, then SQL I will be teaching, um,
Hmm.
and after that your core data engineering part will start.
Okay. Okay. Good.
Hmm.
So, Kushal, so you said you're going to teach Python and SQL, right? Uh,
Yes,
okay. How long it takes to complete this Python?
Python will take around three or four more sessions,
Okay. All right.
because core Python will be over by maybe by today or next class. Core Python will be over. After that, the main part of that what to say
NumPy, pandas.
NumPy and pandas. NumPy
Okay.
pandas data visualization will start.
Okay.
So that
All
is
right.
specific. That is those
Okay.
parts are specific with the data related.
Okay. How many weeks you take for SQL?
SQL 2 weeks maximum.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So, do you suggest anything apart from the session? Do you suggest anything I have to work on? Because um, if there is I need to put on effort, I can do. If there is anything, whatever you are giving, I'm revising everything.
Hmm.
Few of the coding I'm working on, I am trying it by myself.
Hmm.
Apart from that, anything you suggest me to do hands-on practice?
Hands-on practice is required for programming only. So, like I suggested few programs for Python practice. That only you need to do practice again and again, so that your logical part can be built.
Okay, that you will be giving
Uh,
end of the when you will be giving those things.
I'll send you today by today evening. I'll send.
Okay, okay, okay. Let's start. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Thanks. Okay. So let me share my screen.
Okay.
Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Okay. So we have already seen about what is function, and we have seen some argument as well. Return function we have discussed, and apart from that, we have also discussed the local variable and global variable, and then we saw what we saw.
Parameters.
Yeah, parameters we saw or arguments we saw. So how arguments, and there is a default argument also. So default argument must be the at the right side only. Not means any non-default should not follow the default argument. And then we saw the keyword arguments. Okay, now we are going to discuss some built-in functions. Built-in functions built-in functions in Python. So there are few built-in functions are there. So for example, there is one function is called ABS. So ABS functions. So ABS function is basically used to get the absolute value. In order to get the absolute value, what suppose I have a val is equal to minus 15. This is minus 15. So if I use the absolute value, so print uh, absolute value. So ABS and val I have given. So see, it will print just 15, right? So it has removed its negative part out of it. So that's what is absolute value. Then there is all function. So what all function is doing? Um, all function is basically returns returns oh, true if all arguments are non-zero. Okay, then it returns true. So for example, if I am taking, suppose my list I am taking, and this is 5824 and 0 and 18. Okay, so here one value is zero. So let's see what it returns. All of my list. So it is returning me false because one value is zero. But when I convert this, suppose this non-zero to zero to non-zero, So it will return true. Okay, so if basically checks it basically checks whether all the arguments inside the functions are non-zero or not. Okay,
Okay.
then there is dir function. Um, dir function to get the attributes of any object or command. Okay, so for example, list is an object. I want to get the attributes of list. So it's just I have to type dir and my list, and you can see here it has written all the objects or all the functions that can be used inside this list. Okay, so this is how you can get the objects of anything. So you like. Here, if you will use this with print, it will give you in one paragraph form. Okay, if you are using without print, so it will give you a list form. Okay, and anything you can take over here, like you can check for the tuple, you can check for print function, or anything you want to check, you can check over here. Okay, then there is enumerate function. Enumerate function, what enumerate function is doing? Uh, Returns the artificial index numbers. Okay, so when you have to elevate the index number and you have to design the index number according to you, then you can use this enumerate function. So, for example, suppose I have this my list is there. Now, I want to print this my list with the index starting 101. I don't want to start at 0. I want to start it at 101. Okay, so what I'll do is for index comma and num in enumerate. Enumerate will write, and inside this will write the my list, and then I'll write starting with 101. Okay, this I have written. Now I am just printing index and 0. Okay, index 0 I'll print over here, and then has value as, and I'll just print num. Okay, or I'll write it at as here and 1, and since I have to give more than two arguments, so I have to use this format, and here I am giving index comma num. Okay, okay, now I'll print this. So you can see here for the same list in which initial indexes were 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now index has got started from 101, 102, 103, 104 up to 106. Okay, so this is how you can make your indexes um, elevated. Okay, now next is filter function. So filter function is basically used to filter the values of object based on certain condition. So now three functions will be there. One is filter, another one is map, and third one will be reduce function. So let's see one by one. So for example, I have um, I have a function which in which I am going to just check whether the number is completely divided by a value or not. So I'll just define even function, and in even function I am taking this num over here, and I am checking if num If num divided by 2 is equal to 0, then I am returning this number, return this number. If this condition is not true, it will not return this number. Okay, so I have made this function. Now what I'll do is I am using this function in another thing with filter. Okay, so I am giving numbers is equal to um, and I'm giving suppose range in 100. Okay, so what this will do is it will create an array of 100 elements starting from 0 to 100. Okay, so I'll just print the original list. Print orig original list. Original list is numbers, and then I'll apply the filter function. So even numbers is equal to, and with list I'm applying filter. I have used this function over here, and now this function is even. This I am calling over here. Okay, even I have called over here, and comma, and numbers. Okay, and now I'll print even numbers list. I'll print this even number. Okay, so here I have executed. Uh, okay, I didn't execute this, so I have executed this now, and I'll print. So now you can see. So now you can see it has printed all the numbers from all the even numbers from 0 to 100. Okay, all the even numbers are printed over here. Correct.
Yes.
Okay, so this is okay. I didn't printed this list of numbers. Okay, like this it will print. So you can see the original list is starting from 0 to 99, but when I filtered this number using this even function, so what it's doing is now it is returning me all the even numbers only. You can do something else as well. Suppose if you want to check this for just all the numbers which are divided by 3, right? So you can use that as well. So here I have given as 3 and I'm executing this, uh, and then I am executing this. So now you can see it is showing me the numbers only which are divided by 3 only. Okay, so like this you can perform any calculation over here. You can perform the same calculations in some um, in some text also, right?
Mhm.
So for example, um, I have defined um,
Just a
text
minute.
A.
So, what shortcut key you use for running the program?
Control plus enter.
Okay.
Control plus enter is to run the program, and here also you can check, click on this.
Yeah, that I know, but the
Okay.
shortcut key. Okay. Yeah.
So um, here I am taking, and here I am trying to um, check. I'm trying to identify the values which values in which strings are starting from 1. Okay, starting from A. So for example, there are many students are there in the class. I want all the student names which are starting from A. Okay, so what I am checking is if um, well of I Val of 0 um, is equal to, and I'm checking a. Okay, then return val. I'm checking this now. I am printing the, so this function is created. Now I'll just make it like a name list is equal to, and I'm giving some name, suppose Aditya AD and Aditi John Alex. Okay, I have taken this. Now print origin name list, and here I'm giving name underscore list. Now name A is equal to, and here I'm giving list filter. I'm giving this text inside this filter. I'm giving text underscore A comma, and then here I'm giving this
Name list. Name
name list, name underscore list. Okay, now just I can
okay.
print um
Name list.
n- names
Name list.
with A, and here I am giving name underscore A. Okay, now I am executing this.
Name list. That's more like that.
Okay, text A is not executed. Okay, here this is equal to, this is executed now. It is giving why this is blank.
Okay.
Sorry, this is case sensitive. Now it is giving. It is, this is list is Python is case sensitive. No, that's why it was giving, not giving anything. So here everything was starting with capital A, and I gave small a over here. Okay.
Right. So val of 0 you have given, right?
Yes.
What does it mean? If statement.
Yes, so val of 0 is means val is representing the individual values, this value, this value, this value. So here inside these values, this first character I am checking, this first character.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Is it
So
is
for
it representing the index number or
yes, so see, it is index number of this individual string. So suppose I have taken this name list. So if I am giving name list of 0, what it will return is, it will return this full name. But here again, if I am giving 0, so it will return this just a.
okay, 0 of 0th index. I mean,
Yes, yes. So,
mm,
so in the same way, when I have passed this, it will check all the value, all these names one by one, and in those names, it will check the first character of that name.
mm, okay.
Okay,
Mm,
that's what it is doing.
okay.
Uh, Understood? Any doubt?
No, I'm good.
Okay, great. This function is called the filter function. Okay. Then second function is called map function. So what map is doing is, um, in case of map, in case of map function, when we need to apply some operations on individual,
1 minute,
on,
Vishal. So, one
yeah,
minute.
yes,
Um,
yes.
Sorry for interrupting. So, see, you have written val of 0 is equal to A, right? So, in this if statement, it checks for the capital A, and then if it finds the capital A and it returns it.
Yes,
Returns, right?
yes, it is returning that value.
Yes, one if first name itself, if it finds Aditya, so it will return Aditya, right? And then it
Yes.
won't again it have to take a loop and it have to go and see. For that we have to give else if, oh no.
No, you don't need to give loop over here. That's what is the advantage of this using this filter function. So suppose if you are doing it without the without this filter function, so how you have to do? If you are doing this without a filter, so you what you have to do is, you have to start for names in name underscore list. Okay, and then what you have to go and do is, if names of 0 is equal to capital A, then what you have to do is name uh, name A dot append, and then names. Okay, and before that, this you have to make a blank list. Name A is equal to list. Like this, you have to create a blank list, and then you will append. And after this, um, then you have to print name A. Okay. So if you are not using this filter, then you have to give this in this way. Okay. And if you are using the while loop, the length will be still more. Okay, so with filter function, what we are doing is we are avoiding this. Now we are not using any append function over here. You can see it is automatically applying this loop kind of things. It is sending all the names one by one, and
It filter
all.
all the index 0 on whatever A is there, it filters everything in the 0
Yes,
pin A, right?
yes, yes.
Yeah, got it. Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so with this filter function, you don't need to apply any kind of looping.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
and now let's suppose if you are doing the same thing with the while loop. So let me tell you, let me show you with while loop. Num is a, and I am creating blank list. Then for, sorry, now you have to do while I is equal to 0. Then while I is less than length of name list. Okay, and then now you have to check um, name, sorry, if name underscore list of zero is equal to capital A. Like this while loop you have to check. So then name underscore A dot append, and then here you have to give name underscore list of 0. Okay, and then you have to do I plus is equal to 1. This also you have to do, and at last then you will be able to print the name underscore a. Okay, now I'll print this. The append spelling is wrong. Append. Okay, which time it is checking? Aditya. uh, okay, sorry. mm, I, yes.
0 and I, or I and 0.
Every time it has to check the first, that's why it is giving this 0. Name underscore this name dot a append name है. I, why it is doing this? It should not be the case. It, hmm, it will be 0 only. It will not work. I know this will not work.
Okay, the append name list is I or 0.
Oh, sorry. Yes. That's what the error. I was not noticing this. Okay.
Yeah, got it.
So see, without filter function, if I am applying, how many things I have to do. Means in for loop, this may looks fine, but with while loop, you have to do a lot of things. Okay, so
Yeah,
filter is doing all these operations internally without your headache. Okay.
yeah.
In the same way, there is map function is there. With map function, what we are doing is with map function, we are Um, if we have to apply some operations on each individual element, then we use map function. So, for example, if we have to um, um, we have to apply some uh, operations like we have to multiply all the numbers with 2. Okay, so what we have to do is um, def multi by 2. I am taking here num, and here I am just return num into 2. Okay, this is the function I have created. Now I am taking the num num underscore list I am taking is equal to, and 264928. Okay, this list I have created. Now 2 times I am creating this list is equal to, and here I am giving list. So list is a command. Inside this I am giving this map, and in map I am defining the function name, that is multiply by 2. This is a function name, and this function is to be applied on num underscore list. Okay, so now I am printing the list of 2 times. Okay, so now you can see here all the elements are multiplied by 2. Okay,
Mm.
so
Yes.
without any programming or looping hustle, it directly applies the values on on the list. Okay.
Okay.
In the same way, third value is reduce. Okay. So what reduce is doing? So there is reduce function. So reduce
So
function
this
is
map function you told, right? It's some operation on each individual element when we need
your
to
voice
apply.
is very low. Can you please repeat?
So in this map function,
Hmm.
we do this by passing the arguments, right?
Yes.
Uh, but what the difference here is without the same thing we're doing. What's the difference here?
So I am not doing the same thing. In filter function, what it is doing is it is applying the condition, and based on that it is performing the filtering. Okay. So here all the elements are not there. You can see here there are five elements. In the output there are just three elements.
Yes,
Okay, so I am applying some condition. In the
yes.
map I am not applying any condition. I am doing the operations on all the elements, and the new list has all the elements together with that operation.
So I'm asking if we can pass the single argument and then parameter and then two parameters inside the function, right? So in the passing the I mean parameters inside the function, and this seems to be the same. Is it? Am I right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, yes, here only these two parameters are only allowed, not more than two.
In
Yes,
map two parameters are allowed, right?
yes, yes.
So I'm asking, we can do this by passing the parameters. What is the difference in passing the parameters and then with this map function? You get my
So
point, or
yes,
what?
I get your point. So what then in that case, if you are not using the map function, like I showed you for filter, again you have to apply some loop.
Mhm, mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
So if you are doing, if you're not using the map, and you have to apply all the elements with two, and you have to store them in a separate list, what you have to do is suppose for I in, and I'm taking num underscore list, and here what you have to do is you before this I you have to take a empty list. So two time list is equal to, and I'm taking this empty list over here, and then what I have to do is I um two time list dot append and I into two, like this. Like this I have to do, and then I have to print two time list. Okay, and like this okay, sorry, this is the list function. Okay, so now see here when I have not used, I have done this with this loop. Okay,
Okay.
understood.
Yeah, yeah.
So so with this with the map, with map function you don't need to know how loop is working. It is doing all these things automatically.
Yeah, yeah. Got it.
Okay. In the same way, if you are doing this with the while loop, so in while loop, again, like this, you have to apply certain number of steps. So with while loop, two time is equal to list I am taking, and then I is equal to zero. Then while I is less than length of two time, sorry, length of num underscore list. Okay, and then I am applying um, two time dot append, and here. num underscore list of I into 2. Like this I have to do. Then I plus is equal to 1. And then I have to print 2 time. Okay, so now this is using while loop. Okay, so you can see here in I'm doing the initialization also. I'm applying the condition also, and I'm applying the increment decrement, and then I'm using this index values also, right? So all lot of things you have to take care of. But with map function, you don't need to take care of anything. Just you have to give the function name and you have to give the list name, and
Yes,
operation
yes,
is done.
got it. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, yes, got it.
Okay, now there is reduce function. So what reduce function is doing is with reduce function, um, suppose if we have to perform some some computing within the list elements. Within the list element, if we have to perform some computing, then we use this reduce function. So now with the suppose I'm applying all the um, like what so I'm adding all the numbers together. Add numbers of the list. Okay, and here I am passing x comma y, and then I'm returning x plus y. Simple. Okay, very simple. And here if um add list I am taking, not this, just I'm taking list one and is equal to where is where is our list? Yes, let me create over here. So I'm taking 4, 6, 7, 2, 9. The smallest I have taken. Now, what I'll do is I'll simply call this. So sum of list is equal to, and list of reduce of, and then simply I have to give the add number function over here, add number function comma, and I am giving the list one. Okay, and simply now I'm filling print sum of the list members is, and simply sum underscore list. Okay, and then simply okay, for reduce, one more thing you have to do is, since reduce is not a part of core package, you have to apply from function tools. Function tools, um, func tools dot import and reduce. Okay, so you have to give it like this. 90 object is not iterable. Is giving this error. Func this is list. Oh, let me. Sorry. So this is here list function is not required. Like here, I was using list function over here. This list function is not required.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you can see it is giving me the the addition of all the numbers. So 9 to 11, 18, 10. Okay, okay. Is it clear?
Yes.
You can do the same operation using the loops also, but again, you will face the
Yeah.
same challenge like
Yes.
up. initialization, condition, all those things. So with either you are using map or filter or reduce, anything you are using, you don't need to think about how to apply the initialization or filter or increment decrement. It will automatically do all those things and it will apply everything on this function. Okay,
Okay.
is this clear?
Yes.
Great, great. Okay, so
So
these,
1 minute. There you have
yes,
used the list functions and here you didn't use the list function. Can you show me?
sorry.
Can you scroll up and show me? You have used the list function up in there and then not here. I wanted to compare these two. Can you scroll up a bit? Okay, this what the list function is. List function basically does.
Yeah, list function is just this list function I am creating on the empty list over here.
Mhm. Okay, come down, come down. You have used the list, right? But you haven't used the list function here.
Yes, I have not used the list function over here because this reduce is already including everything inside it. Okay, it is not there with the map or filter, but here I have not used the list function I have used list function over here because this reduce function already has everything inside it, so we don't need to use that over here.
Okay, okay.
Okay, any doubt?
Yeah, yeah, I'm good.
So now you are aware with the with this these system defined functions, you are aware, and now you can try making your own functions also, like you can create your own functions, and you can like suppose I have to calculate the factorial. Okay, so let's say now there are user defined functions. So till now these functions were the system defined. Now user defined functions I have to take. Okay, so what user defined functions is doing is you can customize your requirement in functions step by step and apply it. Okay, so for example, if I have to calculate the factorial of any value, right? So I am creating the function, fact function I am creating, and here I am using, suppose x I am using. Okay, inside this I'll do the looping for this. So how this looping is to be applied? Um, for example, for I um, um, while I is I'll apply I is equal to 0 while I less than or equal to x.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll start I as 1. Okay, and Now, I'll what I'll do is um, fact val is equal to fact val is equal to मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ यार
X into
fact
I.
fact val into I. Okay, and then finally I am returning the
I
return
plus equal
the
to 1.
fact underscore val. I am returning this. Okay, sorry. Now let's do from um, I'm taking the input from the user. So val is equal to and integer input, enter the number for factorial. Okay, and then I'm just printing print final fact factorial value is, and I am printing. I'm just calling the function over here fact of val. Okay, like this I am doing. Now what it will do is it will just calculate and return. Uh, return fact. Okay, so now I am giving suppose 5. It is okay, one thing I have to you initialize fact underscore val is, is equal
Equal
to
to 1.
1. Okay, so I have given 5. One more thing I have to do. I have not done the increment
No
of I.
problem.
Increment
I
of I is not done.
I
I
equal to 1.
plus is equal to 1, 5. So it is giving me 120. So see these here I have performed all the calculation, and now I can give this entire function to anyone to calculate their own factorial value. So they don't need to know that what value they means how the factorial is going to get calculated. Nobody needs to know that how factorial calculation will be performed, right? It is just I have given this, and just the person has to use this fact function, and anywhere this can be used. Okay, clear?
Yes, I have tried this one and I have shared it in your chat.
Sorry.
I have tried this one already. You have given me to try the right. So I have
Okay,
tried
okay,
it and I have shared it in your chat.
okay, okay. Great. So in this way you can create your own functions as well. Okay.
Okay.
Um, so you can practice all these functions with you, like you can create the Fibonacci series with functions, right? Or you can try finding the divisors divisors of a number using functions. So with these things you can create your own functions, and you can generate the values. So you then your practice will be perfect. Okay, one more thing comes is the concept of lambda functions. This is the last concept. So once we'll discuss, we can say that this part is completed. Okay, so lambda function is basically um, inline function. We can say this is inline functions. So for the lambda functions, when we have just one or two line, just one line, not two line, just one line to be defined in a function, and we do not want to define that uh, as a separate function. So we can create the function inside the list itself. So for example, if like um, in filter, if we have to apply the filter. Okay, so suppose I am creating the my list is equal to range of 100. Okay, I am creating, and here I am now applying the we are finding all the odd numbers. Okay, so odd numbers is equal to, and I am applying list filter. Okay, now inside this, I am just creating function lambda. This is the keyword, and then x, um, and x divided by 2 not equal to 0. Okay, like this, I am just applying this function. Then comma, I am giving the list name, my list. Okay, and then printing odd num. Okay, like this I am doing, and just I'm executing this. So now you can see here from 1 to 100 it is showing all the odd numbers.
Mhm.
Okay, so now since our function had only this part only, okay, this is the condition that is to be applied. So I just applied that condition, and I don't need to define a separate function for this. I just define all the function here itself, and everything is done. Okay, you can apply the same thing with map also. So suppose I am creating the my list is equal to, and I am doing 4 8, like four things I have taken. Then um um half value. Suppose we are taking half well. Here I am giving list filter, sorry, map, and I'm giving lambda over here. And in lambda, what I am doing is just I am returning um, x of x into 2. That's it. Okay, x of x into 2. And this function is done. Now I am applying it on my list. Okay, and just printing half well. Okay, so you can see. Sorry, I'm doing multiply. This is divide. Okay, so you can see all half values are here.
Mhm.
Okay, so just in just single line I have applied, and everything is done. I don't need to define a separate function for this. So this is what is lambda. You can do the same thing with reduce also. Okay, so if you want, you can see how you can apply in reduce. So now suppose I'm using the same my list, and I'm using this. So again, I have to use func tools, and here I have to import the reduce, and then um, sum val is equal to, I am using reduce, and in this reduce I'm using this lambda, and with this lambda x comma y, and refers x plus y. That's it. Finish. And then I have to give what I have to give. Yeah, list name. So list name is my list. Okay, and then simply I am printing sum well. So this number must be 10, 15. This answer should be 15. Yes. Okay, clear है?
Yes.
Okay, so this is how you can apply all the functions. So our function topic is over. I'll just convert this into Python form. Yes, and I'll share this with you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll keep it at this for today, and
Okay.
we'll meet next week for further. Okay.
Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Send me the recordings too.
Yes, I'll share the recording link as well.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.